Hello everyone, welcome back to the Going Zero Waste YouTube channel. I'm Kathryn Kellogg, and today I am so excited because Nala is joining us today. It's such a good day when she comes. Also, I am hosting a webinar this Saturday, the week that this came out. I'm really excited about it because all of the proceeds are going to benefit Feeding America. The webinar is how to cook from ingredient up rather than recipe down, which is the fastest and easiest way to get zero waste and plant-based meals on the table. It'll cover everything from how to meal prep and how to meal plan in order to prevent yourself from getting sick of eating the same meal over and over again, and give you total freedom to eat with what's in season, what's available to you. And I'm really excited about it. I'm going to link to it down in the description box below. I would love for you to check that out. I am also wearing under the eye eyeliner today. My husband saw a picture of me in 2008, back when that was a popular style, wearing under the eye eyeliner and commented on how good I looked. And so today I'm going to convince him to edit this video for me and seduce him with my under the eye eyeliner. We'll see how well it goes. So today's video I'm very excited about. I was sent an article by one of my friends from Discover magazine, and my reaction to the title was very similar to the expression you're seeing on my face right now. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to read this article just yet. I'm going to wait. I'm going to record it. My reaction to the title was, well, the title is 9 well-intentioned efforts that actually aren't environmentally friendly. And my reaction to that title was just, So then I thought, wait, maybe I should record myself reading this article and reacting to it. So that's what I'm doing today. I know it's a very popular style video. So I'm gonna give it a go and see if any of these are actually, see how I feel about them. So anyways, up first is recycling something just in case. And I absolutely agree with that. It's known as wish cycling. And wish cycling is when you put something into the bin just wishing it's going to be recycled, and actually more often than not that causes way more harm than good. And I have a whole series called Recycling is Broken, where I go over and break down all of these problems in the recycling industry right now and how we can hopefully improve on them and make them better. Number 2, putting plastic bags into any single stream recycling bin. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel like this kind of goes into number 1, but you should not be putting any single-use plastic bags into the single stream recycling. They say single stream because some programs, like in San Francisco, Recology, they've got special programs for this specific type of material. Most plastic bags are plastic number 4, which is LDPE, low density polyethylene, and they're so thin, they often get caught in the machines, they clog machines, they cause them to stop. Literally one rogue plastic bag getting into these machines, because if you haven't toured a materials recycling facility, they get so much material and it all goes through all these processes and steps, and then these are so thin, they jam it and they will literally shut down the entire production. And so that's obviously not very beneficial for the recycling facilities. So making sure that if you are recycling them, it's done properly. In San Francisco, you have to put all of your bags into a big bag and then tie it so it's the size of a basketball. And often places like Target, up front, they've got a place for you to recycle those plastic bags. And I'll link to a website called Film Recycling where you can check out and see if any plastic films are recyclable near you. However, a lot of those programs have closed due to the virus. Number 3, here's where we get into eye roll territory. Using tote bags. I'm just going to quote the author. Sorry to break it to you, reusable grocery bags are one of the most popular ways people try to minimize their environmental footprint when we actually remember to bring them in from our car trunks. Although cutting out plastic bags from your life is a good move, most people don't stop to think about the impact of the tote bag itself. Dun dun dun! The tote bag itself. So yes, when we look at resources, I've got a really good Instagram post that breaks down all of the resources that go into creating these bags. Speaking of which, if you're not following me on Instagram, what are you waiting for? Go. There's so many great, good information, facts, tidbits, and good environmental news. I don't know why you wouldn't want to be following me. A study done by the Environmental Agency in the UK found that in order for all of these reusable bags to have the same footprint as one of the single-use plastic bags, that a paper bag would have to be used 3 times. One of the thicker reusable plastic bags they give out if you have a bag ban and you have to pay per bag, those had to be used 4 times. A reusable bag that was made of polyester, like a Chico bag or bag pods like I have, has to be used 11 times, and a cotton canvas bag has to be used 131 times. So what they're getting at is true. However, if you use your bags 131 times, which I have, and my bag pods I've used, I've used them nonstop for 5 years. So obviously their footprint is so much less in the long run. So yes, the immediate return on resources isn't that great if you're buying a new reusable bag every single time you go to the store. But if you continue to use the ones you already have, yes, bringing your own reusable bag is much better than using a whole bunch of single-use ones. And it doesn't even account for end of life, because when we think about end of life, obviously, plastic bags don't biodegrade. Instead, they break up into tiny pieces and they wind up in our environment. We get microplastics. There's a lot of other issues. So yeah, please continue to bring your reusable bags to the store. Reveling in organic cotton is number 4. This is so wrong. Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, this one's bad. So this says, conventional cotton has been genetically engineered to resist a worldwide cotton pest, bollworms. Some estimates say this biotech has increased cotton yields between 60 and 100%, but it can't be used on an organic farm. Plus, without pesticides, more of the organic crop is lost to pest damage. That means it takes a lot more organic cotton plants to make a t-shirt than it does conventional plants. That's on top of cotton already being a fairly water and chemical intensive crop. That's so wrong, and I'm just so mad about it. I'm so mad. Organic cotton uses far less water and far less pesticide. Cotton is one of the most pesticide-heavy crops in the entire world, so opting for organic cotton is much better for the soil and for local populations, the groundwater. Everything about that is wrong, 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 and I'm angry. I hope no one read that and thought that. So mad. Okay. Number 5. Buying new, more sustainable versions of things you already have. Yes, that is absolutely true. The entire idea of zero waste living is not to run out and buy new, shiny, reusable things. It is to use what you have and use it to its full extent and its full life and its full purpose. So I do agree with that one. Cotton thing really got me upset. I'm really upset. Number 6 just says ... especially cars. So yeah, that goes back to the whole thing of don't buy new if you don't need anything new. Like if you have a car that's functioning really well, instead it would be much better to try and carpool more. It would be better to try and use your car less. I personally have a very old car. Obviously it still passes its emissions test, but it's an older car that I've had for 14 years, and I plan, oh my God, I've had it for 14 years. Just realizing how old I am. Had my car for 14 years, and I have consciously not made the choice to upgrade because my car only has around 120,000 miles on it because I don't drive it very often. So instead, I would rather use what I have for as long as possible. It's fuel efficient and it works really, really well. But once that's gone, I definitely plan on getting a hybrid or an electric car. And I've got a really fun video that I want to work on that's called Are Electric Cars Good for the Environment? I really want to take these ideas of like large principles and things we think are sustainable or things we think aren't sustainable and break them down. So if you'd be interested in that, please let me know, and make sure you hit the subscribe button so when I do it, you get notified. And press the like button while you're at it, because I've heard that really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you. Number 7 is taking ride shares. So they say people tend to think ride shares are almost on par with public transit, but they're not. They're worse than taking a personal vehicle because they roam around between fares. This means the total number of miles your trip takes is far more than just the distance you travel. I feel fairly neutral about that one. I think that one's mostly correct. But if you're using the pool feature, then where multiple people get in the car, I think that is really good. Also, if you're traveling with a large group of people. If you're using rideshare every single day, that's obviously not going to be the best thing for your wallet, and that's probably not the best thing for the planet. But using them occasionally, carpooling with other people, I don't think they're a bad thing. And Lyft is actually fully carbon neutral, so I think that's pretty cool. Assuming anything vegan, organic, local, or non-GMO is environmentally innocent. Okay, that is a lot to unpack. That's so many things. Anything vegan, organic, local, or non-GMO. That's so many things rolled into this one subheading. But I think what they're trying to say is food is complex, and it is. Food systems are very complex, and what you eat and don't eat can be really confusing when it comes to impact. And I know so many times at the grocery store, many people think, should I buy this plastically wrapped organic produce that comes from my local area? Should I buy the non-wrapped, non-organic food that comes from the other hemisphere? Should I buy local? Should I buy sustainable? It's just like all these questions. So vegan doesn't necessarily mean sustainable. Local doesn't necessarily mean sustainable. Organic doesn't necessarily mean sustainable. There's a lot of factors to take into consideration. But I think as long as you're eating a whole foods plant-based diet, mostly plants, mostly whole foods, then you're automatically going to be leagues above buying a lot of processed stuff. So that's always my tip for people, is to shop the perimeter of the grocery store, load up on mostly plants, and if you can, go to a farmer's market and support your local farmers or a local CSA. I personally have the Imperfect Produce box, which I feel pretty good about because most of that food that I get would otherwise have gone to waste. Finding something like that and not being too hard on yourself, because when it comes to sustainability, there's no perfect solution for anything. And lastly, we're at number 9. Putting compostable or biodegradable stuff in the landfill, not the compost bin. This goes back to, it's tricky and it depends. Welcome to everything in sustainability and why it's so hard. Because many of the compostable things we have aren't actually compostable. So putting them in the compost bin is worse than putting them in the landfill bin. And also a lot of compost bins, for instance, your backyard home compost bin might not be able to accept that bio, eco, greenware that's made from PLA, plastic number 7, because it's technically a mixed plastic, so it's not recyclable. It can't go inside your compost bin. It can only go to the landfill. A lot of these things are also picked out at industrial composting facilities. So I think this goes back to one of the best things you can do is to simply bring your own. And like we saw with the paper bag, which is 3 times more intensive than the plastic bag, yes, that's compostable. Yes, it has a much better end of life. But at the end of the day, it's much better to choose one thing and to reuse it over and over and over again. And that is the end of their article. So I think I mostly agreed with everything, but I did have some issues, especially with the organic cotton. I cannot believe that was so irresponsible. I cannot believe they allowed that to be published. Come on, Discover, do better. Do better. I really enjoyed making this video. I had a ton of fun. Please give this a thumbs up. Press that red subscribe button to be notified when new videos are coming out, and I'll see you next week with a new video. If you have any other videos that you'd like to see, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I will work on getting those filmed. Bye.